Hi, Karen Spell here. Welcome to this edition of 55 Active Adult Living. Today we're going to discuss how to choose the location for your new home in an active adult or 55 plus community. The first thing you need to do is prioritize why you're moving. In a lot of cases, it's to be closer to children and grandchildren. Let's say this is your reason for moving. You then want to identify how much drive time distance you want to be from that target. What I mean by that is, in some areas, if you're within 30 miles of your family, it's a 30-minute drive. In other areas, like Atlanta and other heavily populated areas, it can be upwards of 2 hours to drive 30 miles in peak driving times. And even in non-peak driving times in Atlanta, it's an hour. And if you're like, oh no, I want to be, within 20 or 30 minutes of my family, you're going to need to adjust the distance that you're going to look for your new community in. So once you realize the area within your target area that you want to be in, you can find out which communities are in there and go from there. If you have a lot of options, for example, I wanted to move to North Carolina for the weather. I was moving from Florida where it's always hot and humid. I wanted 4 distinct seasons, which I had never had. And that can be found in a large geographic area of North Carolina. Also, in that area, there's 59 active adult and 55 plus community. Lots of choices. When you have lots of choices, you can then begin to prioritize your other reasons for choosing a community. For example, you might want to be close to a golf course or a tennis facility. You might want to be close to the theater. I wanted to be within 45 minutes of the airport. I wanted lots of shopping and dining options. Once you begin to prioritize, this starts eliminating different communities within that area that don't best fit your wants. All right, so you've chosen your location, you've chosen the communities. Now we got to look at your budget. Everyone knows different price points are for different locations. The same community in one location can be significantly higher priced than in another location. If your communities and target area fit your budget, great. If they don't, you are going to have to realign your priorities. Maybe you don't have to be within 20 minutes of your family. Maybe 30 or 40 minutes would do. This should, as it increases the geographic area that you would be willing to live within, increase the number of communities that you have to choose from. The other things you need to do once you realize your priorities are find out what the communities are like. They're all different. We discussed earlier the differences in communities. Once you know what your choices are, you can then, of course, make sure that they have the amenities that you want. It's the size community you want. If you want new construction or resales, you can dial down from there. But the very first thing you need to do in choosing the location is realize drive time, how far you want to be from your target area, and go from there. In our next edition of 55 Active Adult Living, I'm going to be discussing resales versus new construction. Until then, this is Karen Spell, and I'll talk to you soon.